Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. As you can tell by the title today, it says Aurey Where You Go. Aurey Where You Go. I haven't really been posting videos this week and I wanted to talk about it, and I didn't want to make a title that was like super grabby or just like clickbait. But basically, I wanted to just address why I haven't been making videos, and kind of by proxy, it's going to be me talking about how to deal with being sad or depression or anxiety, because a lot of you guys over the last year, I guess, that I've been making PSAs have said, can you please do one about depression? Can you please do one about anxiety, etc., etc. And I've been avoiding the topic because it is a very serious topic, and I really have tried over the 3 years that I've done YouTube to make very lighthearted, entertaining videos where I felt like people could come, and even if it was a serious topic, not feel super like down after watching it. And I've never known how to go about addressing a topic that is sad. I mean, dealing with depression and anxiety is very sad. So I haven't really done that to this far, but I felt like now was kind of a good time because I haven't been posting videos lately kind of due to those reasons. So I'm not going to go into what happened. I don't really, as you guys know, other than talking about my daughter, I don't talk about my family life very often. I don't talk really about specifics about things that my parents do or my siblings or anything like that. So I'm not going to be talking about those. So I'll just give you guys a disclaimer. I would really appreciate it in the comment section if you don't try to discuss my personal life or try to make guesses, because I can assure you that none of the things that you guys are going to say are accurate. So just know that I'm not dying. I will be fine. Everything is going to be okay. But I think kind of the first thing that I wanted to talk about is when you're dealing with stress or anxiety or depression, or when you're just sad, the first thing that you have to do is kind of face the issue, and you have to deal with it, and you have to be sad, and you have to allow yourself the time to look at the problem and address it. And you can't sweep it under the rug completely and just pretend like it never happened, because that's how you make your whole emotional state way worse. And so that's kind of what I've been doing this last week, is just dealing with what's going on and thinking about it and, you know, crying and doing what you gotta do. It's not easy to be sad or depressed, and I think that it's really important for you guys to understand that there is a difference between being sad and depressed. Being depressed is a very long-term, serious problem that you are unable to control. It affects you mentally, physically. You really need to seek out like medical help, whether that's through therapy or medication, to help deal with depression, because it is very serious and you can't just get over it. You don't get over depression. And I don't have depression. I'm not depressed. I'm sad, and there is a very big difference. So my first kind of, after, you know, dealing with the problem, is that if you realize that it's not something that's going away, and you realize that it's something that you can't deal with on your own, you really, really should seek some kind of mental or medical help to help you deal with those problems, because it's not your fault and it's not something that you can control. It is something that you need help. And that's okay to need help. We all need help in some way or another. So if that's, you know, what your issue is that you're dealing with, you have to deal with that. But whether you're sad or you're depressed or you have anxiety, I think that it's really important for you to be patient with yourself. And for me, that's kind of what I've been doing. And you have to like realize like it's okay to be sad today, and I am going to allow myself to take some time off and deal with what I need to deal with, because overall, I'm going to be a happier individual and more mentally stable if I can deal with the issue or the problem or the trauma or whatever has happened, and then work through it and then move on and kind of let that trouble go under the bridge, and then I can cross it and keep going. But the more you try to like build blocks up to like keep the running water from going, it's just going to keep piling up, and eventually the blocks are all going to break, and you're just going to have this flood of crap you have to deal with. So for me right now, I'm kind of like letting it go by and dealing with it as it's happening instead of building up the blocks. The good news is I already feel better, which is why I'm doing this video. And I do have videos that'll be coming out in the next coming weekend. I've scheduled things to record that I'm really excited about, group projects and things and cool things. So the good news is I do feel good enough to get back into it again. But the other thing is that I didn't for a while because I've always felt like I owed you guys a really happy person, which is who I am normally 99% of the time. 99% of the time, I am happy and excited and wonderful, and I just haven't been that this week, and that's okay. Everyone goes through that. I think it's really unrealistic for people to expect to be happy and like kind of on point all the time. No one ever does that. If you think that like you being sad one week is like the world's most awful thing, I can promise you everybody goes through that. It happens. Life sucks sometimes, and you got to allow yourself the chance to deal with that. And that's just, again, that's what I've been doing this last week. So I've been focusing on my family. I've tried not to be someone who just sits at home by myself and deals with it. I was with Boo earlier this week, and so I let my phone die. I've let my phone die pretty much every day this week, and once my phone's dead, it's gone for the rest of the day. And we went to dinner, and we focused on coloring on the back of the pages, and we threw M&Ms into each other's mouth. And in that time, that's like my time to kind of forget about what's going on and focus on what's right in front of me. Because the thing with depression and sadness and anxiety is that life doesn't stop. It's important to balance out dealing with the problem, but also continuing to live your life. And so when I'm there with her, that is my time to be there. And I don't want to look back next week and say, wow, I was kind of really sad around my kid, and that's not her fault. So I'm going to suck it up and focus on what I can focus on right now. And that was, being with her. And so I spent time with her. I spent time with my family. I was also able to live stream with Dylan, and I did one last night. Last night's was kind of like super duper chill. I was really kind of not my normal self, but you can watch it on Twitch. I will link the highlight below. And then I was able to do a stream with Dylan, which was great. And the kind of theme of that stream with Dylan was that we were just going to deal with things in a kind of our own silly, goofy way, where we ate ice cream out of the container and we played the forest, and we were just really goofy and silly. And Dylan has had some things in his life that have been really stressful for him lately. And so we kind of just asked everybody, bring your ice cream, eat straight out of the tub, tell me what you're doing. Let's just try to like be silly if we can and move on past it. So that's a really great stream. I'm not uploading it to YouTube because there's some moments that are kind of more M-rated. But if you're interested in watching that, I will link that in the description below. So overall, it's been kind of a slow week, but it's been progress, right? Like 2 steps forward, 1 step back is still better than no steps forward, right? And you can't start that journey of getting over the bridge if you don't even take the first step. So I have been doing that, and I feel better, but I did feel like instead of going more days without having content up on my page, and you guys wondering like, what the heck's wrong with this girl? Like, what's going on? I just wanted to be open and honest and talk to you guys about it and let you guys know that things do get better. I am already better, which is why, in the middle of like being really sad, it's really hard to do a video and make people feel like things are going to be okay. But I'm already kind of at the point where I'm dealing with it, and I know that I will be fine, and I know that I will be okay. So there's hope there. You guys don't have to like be sad or go home and worry that like I'm gonna be super depressed or something. I don't have depression. I'm just sad, and it's okay, and I'm dealing with that right now, and it's gonna be fine. And the other problem was, just from a logistical standpoint, I was out of town in San Francisco last week visiting Twitch headquarters, and this stuff kind of came up over the weekend, and that's when I got home, and I didn't have content backed up because I back up content. It's hard enough to back up content for while I'm gone, but then I have to I don't back up content for while I'm gone and when I get home. So once I got home, I was like, oh, I'll just record more when I get home. And then I got home and I was like, I really don't feel like recording. And that's kind of where that all came about. So from a logistical standpoint, that's what happened, and that's why I didn't have any videos. But like I said, I've already started prepping for next week and prepping for PAX, because I will be gone for a full week at PAX, which is going to be super crazy. And I am really excited because I'm going to be a part of a project that, like, I don't think I can tell you about yet, but, like, I don't think I've ever been a part of something that's, like, just been cool. Like, this is just cool. It's not, like, impressive. It's not, like, there's no, like, super duper celebrities, but it's a thing that we're doing with a bunch of YouTubers, and it's just cool. Like, there's times in YouTube where you're like, really? Someone's gonna, like, pay me to do that? And that's what they're doing. So I'm excited about it. It things to look forward to. So that's good. But yeah, so I hope this has been helpful, less of a rant and not really much of a PSA, because, like, I'm not a doctor, and so I can't really give you guys solutions for how to deal with anxiety or depression. I can just tell you that that's how I deal with them, where I accept the fact that I'm going to be sad, and that's okay, and you cry, and if the only thing that you do today is get up and breathe. The other day, I put pajama pants on and my hoodie matched, and that was enough for me. I went to work, I work from home, and I was able to focus on my work and be like, you know what, today that's enough for me, and then I moved on. And I didn't expect myself to have to get up and be super preppy and, like, just so in the moment and on point and makeup done and hair done and all that other stuff. So it's cool. It happens. And yep. And then, you know, we'll see. I will go to PAX and I will deal with the social anxiety that I have there, which I did talk about on Twitter earlier this week, that people are always surprised that I have social anxiety. And social anxiety doesn't come from, like, people watching me or live streaming me, because, I mean, you're in your house and you're like theoretically I'm talking to no one right now. It's just a webcam, but I know that tens of thousands of people will see this, and so there's not anxiety there. It's not even anxiety in, like, when I go to a convention and I do a meet and greet. It's not the number of bodies that bothers me. It's, like, the number of unknown bodies that bother me. So, like, I would be totally fine being at, like, in a party where it was just, like, all you guys and we all knew each other. Like, the Mindcrack party doesn't really bother me because it's, like, my Mindcrack friends, like, my Mindcrack people, like Chad and Good and Sev and Paws and Zisto and Pyro and whoever, right? It's everybody there. And so that doesn't bother me because everyone's, like, there to hang out. We're all kind of friends, even though I might not know your name. But, like, thinking about, like, a PAX where I potentially have people coming up to me because I work for Twitch and they don't know me, and, like, what if they think I'm dumb, and what if they're like, that's the stupidest person I've ever met and I want to punch her in the mouth. Like, that's what gives me anxiety, being in a room with people that I don't know or don't feel like there's a trust level established. That always makes me anxious. So typically if you see me in the Twitch booth, I'm hiding in the back because it's where I'm, like, the most protected from people who don't know me. Yeah, so it's interesting. I deal with that in different ways. I usually try to keep my head down and focus, or, like, I hang out with groups of people that I'm comfortable with as, like, a, like, body shield. Like, I'll hang out with Mindcrackers, or we'll do, like, a meet and greet for Mindcrack, and that's fine because it's, like, people that know me, and, like, I feel like they already know I'm dumb and they like me anyways. But then when I, like, have to be at, like, a party or something and there's, like, 500 people and I only know, like, 5 people, and then everyone else is like, oh, nice to meet you, and I'm just like, huh, which is the worst, because then they do think you're dumb and awkward. I am awkward, but that's fine. But that's why I have anxiety. So, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. Don't take medicine for it. I probably should, but it only happens, like, very rarely. I don't have, like, day-to-day anxiety. It's just, like, when I'm, like, super stressed out and then I have to go to conventions and people talk to me and then I'm like, ah. So, yeah, but if you see me at a convention, you should 100% come up to me because I feel good about that. That makes me feel better. When people are like, I know you, then I'm like, oh, that's, like, one less person in the sea of, like, bajillion people that I don't know. And even that I don't know your name and we're not, like, best friends, we're totally best friends and we can hang out. So, basically, I am in a conundrum, essentially, which is great. I'm, like, just a tornado of emotions and red hair and feels and just leaving trails of glitter everywhere I go. So that's great. That's me. Welcome. Are you surprised? Probably not. Nope, not really. But see, look, I'm being awkward in myself again, which is better because I wasn't like that in the beginning of the video. So look, slowly getting better thanks to you guys. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, and I'm sorry that videos haven't gone up. I know that you guys are always really understanding, and everyone always says take time and do what you need to do, and so I'm going to take time and do what I need to do. And I did take time and did what I needed to did. Yeah. So videos will be coming back this weekend. Stuff will be posted. I'm gonna do a lot of IRL stuff. I'm moving slowly away from gameplay and more into vlogs, and not this kind of vlog, but like IRL, like challenges, like smoothie challenges and things like that. I want to do the Lay's challenge because Lay's has like those 87 bajillion stupid flavors of chips, and I want like to put two YouTubers together and feed them the chips and see if they can guess which ones they are. I really want to do that, so I might do that because that's kind of awesome. So we'll see. That was a totally random fact and the thing that I'm planning on doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been 16 minutes about me ranting, but hopefully you don't feel sad after this video. And if you do, I'm sorry, and I owe you a hug. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see you in game soon. And thank you as always, and I love you.